All right, it's Joe Bruin here with AllAccessEntertainment.com. It's 2019 Rhode Island Comic Con, and we're here with the one and only Bill Eadie, Barry Darso, Axe and Smash, the Demolition. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Our pleasure. Joe, thank you.
Appreciate you guys taking the time. Events like this, Rhode Island Comic Con or Fan Fest, whatever it may be, what's it like meeting the fans of yours up close and personal?
Well, it's really heartwarming because they know a lot more about our career than we do because we were so busy involved in it. And just to think that the fans, we made an impression, and after all these years to come out, shake hands, and tell old stories, it's really heartwarming.
Yeah, and for years we were yelling and screaming and sticking our tongues out at them and telling us we hated them. And now they're coming here and we're shaking hands and hugging them, and it's good to hear the old stories because they know, like Bill says, they know more about us than we know about us in the ring.
Now, obviously you guys have great chemistry as a tag team over the years. How did you first get involved in the business? This question is for both of you. And when did you first meet each other?
Well, I got involved by accident. My next door neighbor growing up, I was coming home from college, and he was the athletic commissioner. He used to be a professional boxer during the Jersey Joe Walcott era, and he fought Walcott. And then later on, when he retired, he was a political figure, a mayor, and councilman, and he was the state athletic commissioner for Western Pennsylvania. So he invited me and a couple other guys, his son, to go to the matches at the Civic Auditorium in Pittsburgh. And we went back into the dressing room, and the guy that broke me in, Guido Mongol at the time, asked me if I was interested in wrestling. I said, I guess so. So I sort of backed into it.
And then I used to bounce at a bar in Minneapolis called Grandma B's. And Rick Rhode, myself, the Road Warriors, Al Blake, all the guys, we used to all work at that bar. And Eddie Sharkey was a bartender there. One night after the bar closed, we were all sitting around and we just threw a few guys out the front door. And Eddie Sharkey says, I'm going to get you guys into wrestling. And we thought, wrestling? Well, yeah, let's do it. So about a week later, we went to Eddie Sharkey's camp, and we were throwing each other around in an old boxing ring. It was harder than this floor because there was nails sticking through it. But we ended up breaking into business, and then Ole Anderson came down to the camp, and we all met him, and then he ended up getting us to different places all over. So that's kind of how we all started.
Now, you've had many gimmicks over the years, the Masked Superstar, of course, the Repo Man, Crusher Khrushchev. Do you have a favorite?
For me, I think my favorite is
I think
Demolition.
I like the Masked Superstar for the privacy, but for the longevity, it was the tag team because I could depend on Barry to do more than his part, so it gave me longevity too.
And it was hard with all the different gimmicks, and I really liked all of them. And it was great being partners with Ivan Nikita Koloff and Nikolai Volkov and Jim Neidhart. And
we're just lucky.
Yeah, it just everything's been great. I've loved my career.
And you returned for the Gimmick Battle Royal in 2001, and then of course the 15th anniversary Battle Royal. What was it like in comparison to your original stay there?
It was a little different coming back because I really didn't know all the new guys that were in the business or anything. It was great to see all the old guys that were in the Battle Royal. But I was in and out of there so fast, so I've gone on with my life and have a regular job and all that stuff. So it was kind of hard. It was just fun to see people and get in there and get out of there.
Sure. And for Bill, of course, the Machines, another gimmick in the World Wrestling Federation. What was it like traveling throughout Japan and working with Andre the Giant?
Well, Andre was a good family friend of mine and godfather to my daughter, so that just happened to occur because the original Strong Machine and the other machine had jumped companies from Inoki to Baba. So we were over there. I think I probably made 14 to 15 trips back and forth with Andre as a tag partner, opponent, or just on the card. So it was just a good working relationship.
And the World Wrestling Federation, right to WCW. What was the difference between working for those two companies? Was what did you prefer, I should say?
Well, the WWE or the WWF back then, to me, it was way better. When I ended up going to WCW, it was kind of like, felt like my career was over. It was like back in the start of everything. It was more of a lower, it just didn't seem
minor league.
Yeah, it was like the minor league compared to the WWF. And when I got down there, I didn't have fun anymore in the business because it wasn't about how good a match you could have, or the pride of the wrestling wasn't there anymore. It was just get in there, get out of there, and it was all about the money and go. So I didn't enjoy the WCW, the wrestling part of it, but the guys, of course, it's the greatest thing. You go in the locker room and see your best friends every day. Right. That was huge.
And what was it like in the 80s with the 80s boom, the action figures, the video games, just kind of experiencing that for the first time?
Well, it's the first time we got some benefits from them. They had sold merchandise all throughout my career, but it never filtered down to the talent, so that was nice.
It could have been a lot better, though.
Yeah, always could be better.
That little
percentage
of the penny after all of that, it just seemed like it could have been a little bit more. But we're grateful. Don't get us wrong.
Sure. Now, all the great moments you've had in your career, whether it be singles or together, what would your fondest memory be, or memories, throughout your career thus far?
Well, I'll be very honest. We had a lot of good memories in the ring and matches, but I think for me, and I often say this, we got to, not only us, but we got to travel the whole world and see places and things and experiences that people paid lots of money to go to. And we got it for free. Not only free, we got paid to be there.
Yeah, and I'm going to cheat a little bit. It was, we were in, what was the town in Illinois? Rockford, Illinois. And we were filming a TV show. And I went to Vince McMahon early, and I told Vince, I said, my wife's going to have a baby tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. I says, is there any way that I could get on just a little bit early? And he says, oh, for sure. And I got to hand it to him. Thank you, Vince, if you hear this. But he said, you guys are going on the first or second match. And this was at TV. Usually we don't get out of there till midnight. So we ended up getting on early, and Bill, me, and Fuji, we wrestled. We got out of the building, went back to Chicago. I was going to catch a flight first thing in the morning, the first flight, and we looked for a hotel room because we weren't going to stay in Chicago that night. So we couldn't find a hotel room. So we ended up sleeping in the car in the parking lot, Bill and Mr. Fuji and me, waiting for me to get an early flight so then they can go on to the next town. And I ended up getting on the plane, got there, and then my wife didn't have the baby until about 11:15 the next night.
Oh my goodness.
So anyways.
So he made us sleep all night.
Yeah, so it was one of the hardest nights I've ever had, but one of the greatest memories ever. I had my son, and it was thanks to Vince, Bill, and Mr. Fuji.
Awesome.
So that was my best memory.
And it's a perfect segue in closing. Any fond memories of Mr. Fuji? He was the king of the rib, they say. Any great story you have of Mr. Fuji?
Fuji was a real... Fuji, when you talk about managers in the business, a lot of it's make-believe, but he was really concerned about our performances and wanted to help us out. He'd give us constructive criticism. He'd critique the match, and we felt that what he's doing was for the betterment of the team, which it was. He'd say, do this a little more often, don't do that. So we're traveling down the road, we're talking about what happened so we can improve tomorrow.
And you never wanted to, when you were with him, say, hey, let's go get a big burger somewhere one day, because it was Chinese food, Japanese food, or
Chinese food.
That was it. So he'd get awful mad if you didn't have that, and you sure didn't want to make those.
And then we met him years after that at a signing in New York, and he says, you know, I don't eat any Chinese or Japanese.
I hate Chinese food.
Well, thank you guys for creating so many great memories for the fans. And of course, the fans can meet you here at Rhode Island Comic Con the rest of today, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So come on out, ricomiccon.com to purchase tickets, or you can get them right at the door, Dunkin' Donuts Center box office. AllAccessEntertainment.com. Thanks again. Axe and Smash.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Demolition.